You're Going Down With Me stories, according to Reddit. Number 13. My next door neighbor kept picking my plum tree dry when I would go out of town, so I cut the damn thing down out of frustration. No plum jelly for anybody. Well, I'm not sure this is like a "you're going down with me" story. It's unfortunate that, they were getting away with all of your plums. But, I feel like proper... Man, somebody was picking some stuff off of my tree. It'd have to involve like cameras. I would want them to do it again so I could capture it on camera, maybe shame them a little bit, Maybe the shame makes them act even more irrationally. I can capture some more stuff on camera. That's what we really need at the end of the day. But that's just me. Maybe I'm all about what's the word? Elevating. And I shouldn't be about that. That's not exactly good. Sometimes we shouldn't all elevate. But they started it. Number 12. I once worked for a startup company, and they missed one of my paychecks. Oh, they done fucked up. It wasn't a gigantic deal to me because they were a bit strapped for cash. Oh yeah, so they shouldn't pay you, for sure. We had a big release coming up soon. I was decently paid anyway, so I just said, fuck it. Really? Can you imagine? Can you imagine being so well off that you're going in for work and you have a paycheck missed and you're just like, no big deal, What are you working for fun? You're not feeling the work? You have so much money that this is just a place that I come to meet people. You can't be less relatable with one paragraph than this. I think I'm impressed. I'm going to upvote this and save it so I can find it later. Because if in a competition of being unrelatable, I think this is it. I was working, they didn't pay me, and I was like, that's okay, That's okay. Be one thing if you were so socially awkward or anxious that you couldn't work up a backbone to stand up and demand your paycheck because you're a pussy. There's no other way to put it. Here comes somebody offended because I'm not using the other gender's genitalia. What are you implying, Kyle? They then fired me 2 days before release, making it sound like I had been inadequate despite zero indication from them that I was such before that day. So I made the proper legal arrangements to recoup my missing paycheck and told them that I'm going to labor industry. Or labor and industry, having filed a complaint. Because if they were going to fire me after I worked 70 hours a week for over a month to try and meet their deadline out of nowhere, I sure wasn't going to cut them the slack of an entire paycheck. Now you weren't, but you would have before. I got my paycheck. They went out of the business. Sorry, they just went out of business, which is to say they went belly up, because they were corrupt and had been misusing investor funds for years before, unbeknownst to me, and I laughed my way to the bank. Well, would you look at that, man? It seems like a little good came out of it. Right, Rusty Shackelford? Right, Linda? Estallion. This list could have been, petty revenge or malicious compliance tier. But it's interesting to see that it's really not going in that kind of direction. But I guess we're not even at the final 10 yet, so we'll see where it goes. Number 11. Super simple. But I am notorious in my friend group of having a fear of water. I'm okay in pools, since you can see the bottom, but even shallow lakes and rivers and the ocean are no go for me. Some friends ended up renting a boat and wanted to take me out on the lake and begged me to come out. I kept telling him no way in hell would I ever willingly go and sit in the middle of a lake. I'm so sorry, just, bienvenido a la de calle list, Manuel. That's wrong. You didn't need to go that far. I kept telling him no way in hell I'd go out in a boat in the middle of the lake. Finally, I caved in because I don't know. See, this is the anxiety that I'm telling you guys about. A lot of people have it. A lot of people. You know, I wish that I knew people that were this anxious so I could just say, give me some money. Do it right now. And they'd be like, oh, well, okay, you know, well, I kind of. And I'd be like, no. I'm not giving you the option. You do it right now. And they'd be like, yes, okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But finally, I caved because I don't know. They were friends and really wanted me to go. Someone said it could really help me face my fears. Even though I didn't plan on getting in the water, I'm not going to wear jeans to the sunny beach, so I left my wallet, keys, and phone in the car. Within 10 minutes of getting to the middle of the lake, how are you anxious enough to just like agree to something that you don't want to do because you have a very chiseled out, like defined fear, but you're okay to leave your phone in the car? I could never do that. I can't leave my wallet with the credit cards. I can't leave my keys to the home. I can't do that. I'd sooner wait to go to the beach on the funds to buy a phone or a case that is waterproof than separate myself from it. Even if I were going to a water park, homie, I'm sorry. You know, it's not something I'm going to do. And you can call me anxious for that, or maybe you can call me cautious. Maybe a bit of experience has thrown that onto my plate in a capacity where I'll always wake up and want some of that. My appetite for caution is always going to be, yummy caution. Get it in my tum-tum. You got me? What the fuck? Within 10 minutes of getting to the middle of the lake, a buddy was like, face my fears. And I think his brother asked me if I got the time. What? Maybe this is a game that people play. I'm sorry, humans. I can't identify with you in every regard. There are bound to just be things where I'm not familiar with it. I shrug and tell them that I left my phone back in the car. Face Your Fears is a game including a phone? Face My Fears is a song by Utara Hikaru, the bitch who made the song for Kingdom Hearts. I used to really love her, and then everybody ruined her as usual. Ugh. She has a song at the end of this movie that I like called Casern. Which what y'all know about Casern, bro? Y'all don't know a damn thing about my old corny ass movie. That's an anime come to life is what it is. I'm gonna have to find it at some point. No, y'all don't have any pictures of the live action? I bet you Casson will be really hard to find right now. I need to figure out a way to get that. As we move on, they both lunge at me and start throwing me overboard. Ah, yeah, friends. Nice. I latch on for dear life and fight as if a river of lava is behind me. And it essentially is. I eventually realize I'm 100% going over and there's nothing I can do about it. Friends, nice. Can you imagine? You know? This is how like a movie starts, right? This is like the 80s. This is the 90s. You know? Are you learning a lesson? I let go of the railing that I was gripping onto, and instead of grabbing them both as I pulled back... I let go of the railing I was gripping onto and instead grabbed them both as I pulled back and forced all three of us into the water. Getting back on the boat was easy. It had a little ramp and a ladder for climbing in and out, and you can bet your ass I was the first to climb back up. The brothers got mad at me because they had their phones in their pockets and I ruined them. Oh yeah, definitely your fault, you know? Just let us push you in the water when it's a fear of mine. Against my will, non-consensual, surprise push you in the water. How dare you pull? Do you know what I mean? Super smart, super funny, you know, super reasonable activity. Ain't that just what it's all about? Everyone quickly pointed out that they pushed me into the water knowing I hated it and that they deserved it. Good. There were some sensible people aboard the SS Dipshit. They argued that they intentionally tried to make sure that I wouldn't have anything electronic on me, but everyone shut them down. They were allowed back on the boat when they apologized. My friend apologized, and I actually did chip in to help him get a new phone later. Pussy. But his brother swam back to shore and got even more upset and demanded I help him with his new phone since I helped his brother. But he didn't feel bad or think that he did anything wrong, so fuck that guy. Well, I'm glad you had enough of a backbone to not help the other one. What a pussy. Don't shit like this make y'all mad? You know? Because before we get some kind of Danica buttercup douchebag in here running about, oh, well, some people just can't stand up to other people, and that's the way that it is. I'm well aware. But just because you can't stand up to somebody don't mean that you should be incapable of, I want to say, isolating yourself, sequestering yourself in a way where you don't end up in situations like this. You had no business on that boat to begin with, brother. So when somebody push your ass overboard against your will, it's like, what have you done? You put yourself here. You agreed to this. And it's not your fault. But man, what business had you out here? And whom were you in the midst of? If not people you could trust, because who are these people? That's just going to push you in the water like, whoa. Weird story. You going out of your way to help with their, is this going to be a whole list of people I can't relate to? Well, my job missed a paycheck, and I was like, you know what? That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. Number 10. I got a bad math teacher fired when I was in high school. Nice. Fuck him. I'm kidding. We don't know yet whether he was worthy of the fuck. Are you worthy of the fuck? He taught advanced math for the high school douchebags. The older high school kids anyway. Guy really was a math genius. He didn't want to be a math teacher. He didn't want to be a teacher, period. Didn't have a knack for teaching. His style was more of a, it's right there, just do it. And we're all like, we're 16 and taking pre-calculus. You need to break it down for us. This isn't a Nike commercial. But he never did. He always skipped the steps, and we were all struggling. We were kids who were talented with math and always got good grades and were in the accelerated math program, and over half of us were failing this mother's class. I kept going to the principal and the head of the math department with complaints, and I encouraged all my classmates to do the same. Some of the kids just dropped the class entirely, but I stuck with it because I'm determined that if I was going to fail that class, that I was taking that pussy ass teacher down with me. And that used to be the way that it worked back in my day. I don't know if it's like that with a lot of, let's call it like college tier classes these days. If the teacher failed too many people, something wrong with the teacher. And we're going to figure it out. Investigation style, you know what I mean? He wanted to be an expert mathematician for the government, right? Teaching was just a fallback option for him. Yeah, and I guess he had to fall back on it because it definitely wasn't happening. He told us about it all the time. My God. That's like college tier right there, not high school tier. You don't need to bore your freaking students with your pussy ass stories of failure. We get it. Teaching probably wasn't the first thing that you wanted to do. And much like a cop that maybe starts off with the best of intentions and the stars in their eyes, and they're a great person and they're kind and they're loving and they want to see the world and they want to help any and everybody who needs that help. Maybe over time, the world hardens them, beats them up, kicks them a couple of times. And, they know that it's a dog eat dog world. It's a shoot or get shot world. Sometimes you won't have the option to not use your better judgment as far as reflexes are concerned and make that snap judgment, baby. These kids are equally relentless. This kid got you fired, but maybe you deserved it if you weren't spelling it out for these little bastards. It's kind of in the name. You're supposed to be teaching them. If a YouTube video can do your job better than you, and let's face it, there's a YouTube video that can do any job better than us, maybe you need to try harder. So after half the class failed, right, and the school had gotten a multitude of complaints about him from his students, they still couldn't fire him because of tenure. So the following school year, they scheduled him to supervise study halls and answer phones exclusively and didn't give him any classes to teach. He threw a fit, refused to do it, so they got him for insubordination. Damn. Ow. 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 Sorry. It's like scratching the back of my ear. Weird. Like the video. He said moved on. Oh, he has since moved on and landed his dream government job. The school is rid of one poopy teacher, so overall, it was a win-win situation, and it even brought my GPA down. No, it was a win-win situation even though it brought my GPA down. Forgive me. Silver and Gray says, Kyle, I feel like you're going to read one Bad Boys reference. I'd be lying if I said I remember Bad Boys, man. Come on. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, you know? Bad Boys is like prehistoric now. Bad Boys release. Hey, my man. My man.
Hey.
Hello to you, Mr. Ryukage. I appreciate that 770, which of course is the 420.
Smoke weed every day.
Combined with a little bit of that tree fitty.
What's tree fitty?
$3.50.
Tree fitty. Tree fitty.
Did you know that the first Bad Boys movie came out in 1995? 1995, ladies and gentlemen. That's when that movie came out. Bad Boys 3 is going to come out in 2020. I want y'all to think about that. 25 years separate one movie from the third in its trilogy. Bad Boys. Old Boys is what they need to call this shit. You feel me? Number 9. In 3rd grade, my friend told my crush that I liked her. So I told everyone he put his finger in his bum. He didn't, but I have a reputation for never lying, so they believed in me. Nice. I have a reputation. What's the biggest lie y'all ever told and people believed it? Ladies, don't all answer at once. I know that you've all probably gotten a guy on, you know, oh, he hit me. He was non-consensual in his assault of me or some bullcrap like that. Okay. We know what y'all do. You freaking ladies. Here comes the Gabby. Right on cue.
I told them all that he hit me and oh my god, they just disappeared. For once, the law's working for me.
Special thanks to Mr. Ryukage, the all-star. Hey now. Okay. All that glitters is Mr. Ryukage, only shooting stars. Breaks the mold. Now. Number 8. My uncle used to own a hardware store in our poopy little town. He wanted to put up a cover between 2 buildings that he owned, but the town council would not allow him to do so. They never gave any real reason, like, we need to leave the area uncovered because XYZ building codes. They just went on a power trip and was like, you're not gonna do that. Eventually, due to some other power trips, my uncle threatened to move his shop to a few towns over. The town council was all like, you're not gonna do it, in like a I dare you to do it kind of way. So my uncle did just that. If I remember correctly, he paid the most in taxes, so all the money in the town was getting from him disappeared. Most of his employees were in high school and could not drive. When he moved, the kids went with him. Since the parents had to drive their kids to their job, they decided they would also pick up groceries and other things that they needed while they were in the new town. So the cloth shop, the grocery store, went out of business. My God, your mouth. Since no one could get what they needed in our small town, just about everybody moved. Now the town is run down and there's barely anything there. My dad said it used to be a nice little town. Now hardly anyone lives here. And everything is falling in. My uncle even warned the council. He said, if I leave, I will take this town with me. But they didn't. That's pretty amazing. If it's true. This dude out here quoting the Bad Boys theme from the Cops. Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do? Bad boys, bad boys, what you gonna do? Y'all are whack, okay? Y'all are so whack. Nobody knocking, no thing. Police can't give me no. Number 7. What the fuck? A current job, previous manager, okay? I was on a team of 2. And when the lady I worked alongside with quit, they decided not to replace her. I have a young child, you see, who as children go, and often do, get sick a lot. Being the only person on my team, I had a very hard time whenever I used my PTO with short notice. I had given my manager multiple ways in which to fix this issue, but she never would hear it. She also was in a remote office. She had zero clue what I did with my day. She finally sent me a very angry email basically telling me that I could not use my PTO for emergencies all the time when my son got sick. I wrote back a long, detailed list of every method I suggested to fix the issue, along with the fact that I was the only person in my position for months, and that our company policy states in bold letters that using PTO because your loved one is sick is not only acceptable, but it is encouraged. My manager responded to my email by stating that she would forward my concerns to HR and that I should probably polish up my resume. She said, what? But HR was in our office that day for the first time in 6 months. Great coincidence, right? So I went in, asked if I could speak about the issue concerning the manager, and explained everything as it happened. The HR rep had this look on her face like she was going to murder someone. She asked me to forward the entire chain email to her, which I did, and then she called me back to talk to her. A few people I talked to were aware that the manager and I had issues and that the lead of every team in our office basically told HR that the entire office can't function without me and that I've been doing work for 3 other people for 9 months. Okay? Doing the work of 3 people. Jesus Crimbledy Christ. Later that day, my manager sent me a very angry message over email, basically saying that I was fired. And that I had to pack my things immediately for failing to do my job and because I was causing a hostile work environment. I forwarded this to the HR rep and then walked to her office and asked if I should pack my stuff. She looked at me and in a single sweet sentence said, "Not a chance, she's royally fucked." And that's basically how my manager went from making $80,000 a year to being fired on a Wednesday with no compensation, no benefits, and no way to collect unemployment. All around a productive day. How fucking female do you have to be to not shut your fucking mouth, and in this instance, to calm your fingers down and not lose your fucking mind in an email to somebody that you have no control over, that when you have been formally reprimanded in a capacity where it's clear that you may lose your job, my dude? Like, it just don't matter to you? You that emotional? It's that easy for you to just fly off the handle? My God, dude. Think reasonably. You know what it is? It's that Karen blood. It runs so hot, my dude. It runs so hot. How can you, when HR is on your ass in a way where it's like, you know you're the wrong one, you better stop. You better stop, though.
You know what? You need to get out. You're fired.
Whoa. I would have killed for a recording of this if we were in a parallel dimension where it happened on a phone call. Because, whoa, there goes your power. I wonder if she needed to be escorted out of the building, or if they just waited for her to leave under the impression that she was like gone and then just didn't let her back in. Oh, like this would be something to behold. Somebody says this was a refreshing read. Ooh, man, I want video. You know what I mean? I want to see more. Cheers. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 6. When I was stationed in Korea, my sergeant threatened to tell command that I was drinking underage. Fortunately, I had pictures of our squad drinking and was present, so I told them that I would show them to command if he told me, or told on me. What a fuck boy. That's not very sergeant-like. You out here snitching? What the hell? Y'all always doing it. Why you hate this dude? What have you done? Okay? Ridiculous. Snitch ass bitch. Somebody said, fuck pussy by the books NCOs. That's what I'm saying. How you get like that? Like, you know, that's not what, I don't know, bruh. You better establish a sense of camaraderie between your subordinates, homie. It's as simple as that. Because it'd be one thing if they were, you know, you rubbing elbows with these dudes, right? They're at your tier. But if they can't, boy, I'm just going to leave it alone. You know, not everything is a war type scenario, but you're going to want to trust the people that you're rolling around with that are packing that heat. You know what I mean? Somebody got a gun in their hand. You want to be on their good side, my dude. And when you all have a gun in your hand, you want to be able to trust one another. Okay? But maybe if you want to be that snitch ass bitch. What's the name of that one rapper in jail? Oh no. What's the name of that one rapper in jail? He gonna be playing Fortnite for the rest of his years. Number 5. When I worked as a case manager as an MHMR. I don't think it's pertinent to this story. A mental health. No. My health, my resources. My health, my resources. Maybe it's like a mental health thing. Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. All right. When I was working as a case manager as an MHMR, we had a new department supervisor come in and she was the worst. Every single person but myself and another case manager quit within a month of this woman beginning. That's like a velociraptor in a human suit. I really liked my job, and it was also my internship for my master's degree. Yo, for your master's? So I needed to stay employed there. Since so many people quit, this lady got permission to hire, and it soon became obvious that she wanted to get rid of anyone that she hadn't hired and have a department full of people that she had personally chosen. Surprise, surprise, most of her new hires were just as shitty as her. On top of being an awful human, she also had very little background in mental health and gave truly awful supervision when it came time for clients and getting them the services that they needed. It's a shame that people, you know, who aren't interested in doing their jobs well, fight so passionately for their positions, you know? And it's crazy because these are the types of people that would go, wouldn't you fight for this position if it paid this amount? And I'm like, nah, not if I'm not a good fit for the job. And that's unfortunately the sad truth of a lot of SJWs and, you know, people who want to be in a position based on their skin color, their heritage or some bullshit like this. Is like, you're not the best fit for this job. You just want to be there and find a way to be there because, oh, they don't have enough of this. They don't have enough of this person working here, or there aren't enough people in this field that are like, kiss my ass. And the world goes back a couple of steps, like the world collectively descends the stairs that we climb to get where we are. Since I was not a part of the people that she had hired, I knew that she would try to get rid of me, so I made sure to document everything. Anytime I staffed a client with her, I would document her advice in that person's chart, as well as the actions that I took due to her advice. Jesus. I also kept a detailed paper trail and would email her questions about policy so that I'd have a record on her answers, which usually were on the opposite side of what our policy actually was. I want to read that again to anybody who may not hear that. Let me say it again. I also kept a detailed paper trail and would email her questions about policy so that I'd have a record of her answers, which usually didn't line up with what the policy was. You ever ask somebody a question that you know the answer to just to get them to say out loud what the answer is so that we can both be on the same, like we can both understand? You know what I'm talking about? What the hell's going on? We could both be on the same playing field here. This dude, this is wonderful because not only is he going, okay, that's not the policy. I'm going to make sure that you know that's not the policy. And if you don't know that's not the policy, that's fine by me. But I'm going to ask this question formally in an email so that we will have this back and forth, this snapshot of me going, hey, is that what we're supposed to do? And you going, yes, it's what we're supposed to do. But in reality, it's not what they're supposed to do. my dude, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Oh, how I hate the idea of this dude going down at all, though. So she even started walking to my desk to verbally give me answers to the question that I sent via email. And I've had to make up excuses as to why I needed her to answer in an email. That's funny. That's funny. She come to your desk with that verbal bullshit and you're just like, can you put this in an email, please? Just so later I could show people what a bitch you are. I would tell her a parent or a client had asked and I wanted to be able to give them a verbatim answer. I could tell that she hated it. Anyway, several months later, I staffed a client with her who I believed needed to be hospitalized and wanted to run it by her first, as she had demanded. The kid was suicidal, homicidal, and impulsive, which is just a recipe for disaster. She disagreed that this kid needed hospitalization and told me to refer the client to another agency because apparently the client was too high risk for us, but didn't need to be hospitalized. Somehow too high risk, but didn't need to be hospitalized. I tried to get her to agree to just calling crisis to assess her, but she denied that as well. Well, goddamn. Like the video. I documented that she told me to do this and then referred out. Literally a day later, this kid brings a gun to school. Oh shit. And gets in a ton of trouble, obviously. Thankfully, he was stopped as soon as he stepped through the metal detectors. The mom is pissed that my agency just referred him out and didn't get him the help that he so clearly needed. And a day later, he plans to, he plans to pop up the education house. Ooh, I don't. Can I even say that on YouTube? Oh, I mean, I'm demonetized already, but I don't want to push it. You know what I mean? Push it like a poopy. Push it real good. That's a different song. That's I want you to take me to my supervisor is pissed. And this is just a public relations nightmare. It's coming down on my supervisor, but since I was the direct care staff assigned to the clinic, my supervisor tried to just blame it all on me. You gotta blame it on something. A Milli Vanilli reference is somebody as old as time out there. Song as old as time. I ended up getting fired for my negligence. However, the higher up, of course, carefully went through this kid's records and saw all of my documentation regarding the awful decisions that my supervisor had made, which led the higher up to investigate even more. Eventually, there was a medical fraud being committed, and this lady was lying about her mileage and being reimbursed way more than she should. And all of this other lovely stuff. So she was fired as well. I was asked to come back, but fuck that place and its corruption. I'm glad that you were asked to come back at the very least, because it seems like after this dude got fired, he probably didn't pursue it as hard because, I mean, it's just a nightmare and a headache. But I feel like if it happened to me, I would have been like, nah. And I got all of the evidence right here. Please take a good look. Please look into this, you know. Nah. I want to take y'all on a journey. An email journey. Pull up a chair. And I'd narrate them all by candlelight, by fireplace, on the shag carpet, on the rug. You know, you like the way this feels beneath you, girl? I just got this off Amazon. This like circular rug. Where the hell have you been, Dia?
The bathroom.
You know.
I got ice cream too.
Hello, everybody in this list. Are the titties big tonight? That's what I like to hear. Number 5 was like a book. Did you guys enjoy that story? Number 4. When I was in the 8th grade, we had to create a presentation on a book that we had just read, including a skit from one of the scenes. Here's the best part. We were forced to work in groups. Being an introvert, I hate to work in groups. What I hate even more is when your group doesn't do the work. Typical. The day we were assigned the project, we decided to divvy up the slides equally. It was a Google Slides, so we could all contribute to the same document. The class ended, and I had already finished The class ended, and I had already finished one of my slides. One boy only changed the color of the title, and the other 2 didn't do anything. 2 days later, I finished all of my slides. Nobody else had done anything. I offered to start the script for the skit since I had finished, and asked the others to contribute. Nothing. A couple of more days passed and I had finished the skit as well, and all of the other slides were still empty. Finally, the night before the assignment was due had come. I had hoped that even a title would have been added, but the slides were still empty. I finally decided to just finish it myself. I was up all night until about midnight, and then the slides were not the best quality. Finally, presentation day comes, and of course, my group mates felt absolutely no remorse for doing no work. It was our turn to present, and my group mates nominated me to present. I finally decided to show them the consequences of their actions, and I told them that we were all to present the slides that we were supposed to work on. They obviously didn't know what they were doing and were extremely unprepared. My grade went down, but theirs went down even more. Well, the Schadenfreude is real. Oh, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Well, look, man, sometimes you got to teach these pieces of cum garglers a lesson, you know? They gonna be out here gargling it till the end of the time. It's a really quiet stream tonight. I guess I'll say something to myself. That's so sweet, Kyle. How can you say that? Wow. Manuel says he's working in the reactor. You better make sure that your suit doesn't have any rips in it, man. You're gonna get exposed. Number 3. I had a group project that I had to do with 4 other people. Group projects. 3 out of the 4 were great, but there were roles each of us had to fill in that group for the project to work properly. The final girl never once participated in the project, so her role was completely empty, and it was dragging the rest of us down. We couldn't just fill in her BS either because she kept her specific instructions to herself. The other 3 and I did the best that we could, but our instructor did not seem impressed. He had a few questions about how we came to our conclusion and who did what in the group. The other 3 were trying to keep focus on the roles that they filled, but the instructor was asking about the role that the one girl skipped out on. I answered that we didn't have anything from that role because What's Her Ass didn't come to any of the project sessions. We just did what we could without her. Until that point, the girl that didn't do shit was standing there acting like she deserved any grade that we all got. Once I said something, the other 3 girls confirmed that, yeah, Becky's homo ass didn't do 0, alright? God, Becky, why does it always have to be about your sexual affiliation? Jeez. She tried to say that she was just really busy, but another girl shut her down by saying that she saw her at several parties the past couple of weeks. I got it all on my phone right here. Oh my God, you gonna show him the snaps from that party? Yeah, Becky, nobody likes you. Oh man. Who in the chat has heard the phrase nobody likes you? Come on, tell me if you heard it. It's okay.
It's okay.
That girl got a 0 and the rest of us got an 85, okay? I felt like a snitch, but honestly though, fuck her. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all from before now. Okay, guys, this list is pumping. It's throbbing. It's got the bass, you know? Something about this list. Number 2. My grandma lived on a main road in Miami. She had grapefruit trees in her yard that grew huge grapefruits. When I was little, my older brother taught me to roll the grapefruit out into traffic and watch them splat as the cars drove by. They couldn't see where the fruits were coming from because we hid behind the bushes to launch them. It was kind of like reverse Frogger. The goal was to get a good splat. When I was 15, Grandma's health was declining, so my family stayed at her house for a couple of days to get it cleaned out and ready to sell. Oh boy. I decided it would be fun to take my younger brothers out and show them grapefruit splat. After about 10 minutes of us hurling double-digit grapefruits into traffic, one of us rolled a big fat grapefruit right in front of a car without paying attention. We all ran to the backyard, but when I looked out, my youngest brother Barry was still out there, apparently frozen up. I come walking up hurriedly to police officers and tried to play it off. "What seems to be the problem, officer?" I asked. "Who are you? And where are this boy's parents?" he asked. I replied, "I'm his older brother. My parents are at the grocery store, so I'm babysitting until they get back." The cop was super chill and goes, "Okay, well, your brother was rolling grapefruits into traffic, so we just stopped to explain to him why that's dangerous." I looked over to Barry and winked to let him know that we were about to be off the hook. And I said to the cop, "I'm so sorry. I'll make sure I have a talk with him and this won't happen again." Well, fucking Barry misread my wink as a taunt. So he looks up at the cop and goes, "He's the one who showed us how to do it. He ran away when you stopped. And my dad's not gone. He's inside the house. Also, my dick is small. And now the world's gonna feel my pain. I got the power now, bitch." The cops looks down at me and says this to me with a huge grin. I'm sorry about that loud peak. "Let's go see Dad." Okay, give me a second. I'm so sorry about that. Sorry. The cop looks down at me with a huge grin and says, "Let's go see Dad." I proceeded to get a huge ass kicking for bringing my brothers into something dangerous and grounded for lying to the cops. Can you imagine grounding your kids for lying to the cops? That's exactly what you're supposed to teach your children. If not to be quiet, then to lie. Okay? Oh my God. You need to do whatever you need to do to get as far away from the police as fast as you can. And this dude's lying was passing those checks, okay? It was the stupid brother who got in on it and ruined it, my dude. If your lie checks are passing, my dude, you got a high enough roll for it. Then come on. This is the little brother's fault. You gonna punish the kid for doing things right? Wait, somebody got deleted? No, damn. What happened in the comment section? Also, Juicer. Remove edit. Grapefruit splat. Grapefruit splat. We should play a game called Grapefruit Splat, but I'll be the road, and then the grapefruit can be the boobs. You know what I mean? Grapefruit Splat. Let me see here. Was this the one? It most certainly was not. Hold on here. Nope, that's the top one. Let's go to the next one here. Whiny younger siblings, can't live with them, can't legally murder them. I mean, what's wrong about that? It's just a funny comment. The mods got to roll in and delete all of that humorous comedy. Jeez, you know, got to make it nice and sterile. You know, Jewel. But if you kill him, he can rat you out to the cops. Wait, dress him up as a grapefruit and roll him into traffic. No, Barry, you have to wear this yellow t-shirt and yellow pants. Brothers hate him. This one weird trick you won't believe. Dumb. It's just stupid, okay? It's nothing wrong with a little bit of stupid. That's all that comment was. You elevate it to the status of like more interesting. Streisand effect in these comments and the goddamn... Why are the mods this way? What made them this way? Number one. You guys all right? Everything go well in your day? I'm glad that you're well. I'm glad that everything's making sense. I'll be here until the end of time, hopefully. Long after you humans have laid your own race to waste. You're killing yourselves, humans. Number one, I was rock climbing, and this guy who was my belayer for the day was kind of a dick. Well, no surprise, Dickwad spends most of his time flirting with a cute girl who is friendly, but seriously not into him. He gets chewed out by her. No, he gets chewed out by our lead for not paying attention, which means he continues to not pay attention, as he is incapable of picking up cues. Well, there's me, 25 feet or so off the ground with my rope slack, and feeling my hands slipping because I'm running out of steam. Now, having told him 3 times to pick up the slack, I look down and see he's completely ignoring me to chat up this girl again. My mistake was looking down. As I reach to readjust my weakening hold and slip, the rope shoots out of his limp, sausage-like fingers, and I began to fall. My only thought is if I'm going to fall, I'll damn well land on him. And that's what I did. I landed straight on his cushy, asshole body. I was barely injured. He was taken to the hospital after having 80-odd kilos land on him from 2 stories up. I never happened to see him at that rock climbing club again. Well, you had one job, dude. You had one job. Somebody said you took going down quite literally here. Oh, you're going down with me. Nice. Oh, boy. Well, there you go. Did you enjoy this list? Then like the video. What, are you new here? Then subscribe. Are you not getting notifications for these things? Well, click the bell and make sure it's set to all. Click the bell and make sure it's set to all. You want to see me do it? You want to see me do it with some YouTube video? Somewhere? Somehow? What's this? That's my subscriptions. I'd have to go to something I'm not subscribed to. Let's try that. Home. Hey, this looks like a cool stream. Not bad. Alright, say I went to, I don't know, man. Whatever this is, right? And say I'm gonna subscribe, right? Now I click the subscribe button. What you want to do is click the bell now. And the bell will be all like, oh, you want it personalized? Be like, no. I need it to say all, baby. You click that all portion. And there you go. Then you have it all understood. You get what I'm saying? Jeez. Believe in yourself. Or you could just join the Discord, and I'll notify you of everything that's going on, you know? Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Hope things make sense for you. Tell me all about what you're going through, you know? Get in the Discord and send me videos of what I should be making a video about. Send me something that you think would be just up my alley, or that you think people might enjoy my take on, or Snapchat it to me. Whatever, okay? Here's the deal, show me your ID or go to jail. What a cop. Wow. Whoa. This is what happens if you refuse to show your ID to a cop. Oh my god, whoa. Oh my god. What the fuck? Get out of the car, you son of a bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Okay. Oh, police officers. Can you imagine? And then your dad beats your ass. You should have told him the truth. Clearly he wants to protect you. He has your best interest at heart. The guy does a drive-by. What? Why is this not safe for work? I almost clicked that. My kids were listening to Kids Bop. I heard about this morning. About how this Popeyes chicken was making people crazy. Popeyes chicken out here making people crazy. Oh my god, you want that chicken that bad? Hey, it's just chicken. It's just chicken now. It ain't that real. What you doing? The chicken sandwich that good though? It's not destroy your car good, is it? Guys. Oh boy. The strength of a drunk person is unreal. Can you shut up? Excuse me. Okay, well. Whatever cleanses the, you know, the gene pool, you know. She cutting in line for Popeyes, destroying her car. My God. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening. If you're watching this after the fact, you know the Streamlab links are in the description. Whatever you need, whatever you want, those links work whether or not the stream is live at all. And you know what? I see some of you making those donations offline, and I appreciate that. And I just want you to know that I love you. Wow. Special shout out to my man Mr. Ryukage tonight, hitting it with that bling bong. Okay. And then also a reminder to people that the PayPal link is that, in case you ever get confused. Wow. Somebody the other day was telling me to get some manner of like crypto, and I don't really understand that, you know. Linda, I'm about to burst into flames. Why don't you start the list with that so then I can needlessly agree to it before, and then, you know, I'm forced to do it when it's over. Did you enjoy your ice cream, Dia?
The chocolate chips taste like they're dark chocolate, so I don't know if you will enjoy it.
Sweetie, I definitely wouldn't have gotten a chocolate chip yet anyway. You know, I'm a cookie dough and a cookies and cream man.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, as long as you enjoy it, you know. You don't care about dark chocolate, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I would have gotten vanilla ice cream because it's really all about that Smucker's hard shell for me. I just pour the hard shell coating on it, and then I kind of eat the ice cream with that chocolate. It's more about that chocolate for me, but if the cookies are...
What is everybody mentioning, or why is everyone saying remember the 5th of November?
That's a V for Vendetta reference.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie, so I wouldn't know.
Okay. You haven't seen V for Vendetta?
No. There's a lot of...
That movie would trick you into thinking Natalie Portman is a good actress, but, you know, that's all she's really good at is crying and looking scared.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
Well, what more do you want out of a female actress? You know, typically the female lead is meant to be somebody that, you know, humanizes the movie or some character in a way where you feel for them. Oh, yes. Don't hurt them. Oh.
And the thing with that, however, is the fact that I either want my main lead, if it's going to be a lady, and the same with a man, either you're gonna be super freaking hot and I'm not gonna care how horrible you're gonna be acting, like you have to be ridiculously attractive for me to forget that, or you're going to, as you said, humanize whatever your thing is with the movie and how you progress through it and how you become better at the end of it or worse.
Let me go ahead and put it in terms that make sense based on what you've said. A lot of guys, when they're super attractive and that's wonderful, maybe they're super fit and that's wonderful, maybe they can act, that's dope. Usually it's both, homie. Do you know what I'm saying? And if it's not both, you can rest assured that it's definitely that they're attractive, that they're above average as far as their looks. Because what the hell we doing rolling out of bed? We want to watch some gritty, real shit. We'll watch a TV show. You know what I mean? You're going to have more time to flesh out that universe in a believable capacity anyway. But when we're going to see a movie, we might as well just, really fucking push the pedal to the metal as far as suspension of disbelief. So it's funny that we can't even ask that of typical women actresses these days, where they either know how to act or are, dazzlingly attractive, because I guess the way that society is moving, it's not inclusive enough if she's not, not super pretty. But how do you have an actress that's not attractive and she can't act? That's like a double whammy as far as I'm concerned. It's like you want me to hate this? It's weird. It's weird.
And you know what? Even Kristen Stewart in her silly little Twilight movie series.
Kristen Stewart's bad because she's a nightmare, but I wouldn't say that she's not a passable actress.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
And I wouldn't say that she also wasn't cast based exactly on what she needs to be.
Exactly.
When you think about Neo in The Matrix, Neo didn't need to bring no crazy shit to the table. He just needed to be dude. And that's what he was in that movie. Blank slate for you to essentially not project yourself onto, but just like he needed to be a conduit through which you saw the world unravel before his eyes. And he was fantastic at that. And in the I would venture to say, Kristen Stewart's character in Twilight is kind of similar to that of Neo in The Matrix, where, she was just a vehicle through which you see the world of Twilight and Edward and the werewolves and all of this other bullshit going down. Because when you're reading that garbage, the Twilight books, it's really just an insert yourself type thing.
I mean, even in the beginning of,
I really do love the story of Twilight, because it's like, what reason does this vampire have to like this specific broad? There's nothing special about her.
The books, I don't remember if they did it in the movies, but the books were self-aware enough to understand the fact that this girl is generic girl.
Yep, and that's why everybody who reads that can feel like,
Oh my god, that's like me. He like me. Oh, what the fuck?
So she's just literally a blank slate, and I don't think anybody could have played the main character for that series better than Kristen Stewart, because she's so uninteresting and such a cardboard of a person. You really could insert yourself into this.
I don't know what you guys are saying that you're going to go get, but I probably shouldn't look up because it'll make me jealous and want it myself. All I know is that hopefully when we go to bed, somebody watches this list in the middle of the night and they go, you know what, Kyle, I grant it to you. And then I'll go to Taco Bell and get some kind of like cinnamon twist type thing. Here comes Icky Gabby when I told her that I didn't want to know, delivering, Vox Romer too. You guys really are just not the type who are listening. I say, I don't want to know because it would make me jealous. And you were like,
Oh, this is what it is. This is what it is. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay? You are welcome.
but yeah, no, I'm not really in the mood for ice cream. I'm the type of person where if I don't go get like fast food, like if I go to the grocery store and pick up like, ask Dia, if I pick up sweets, like it'll just sit in the fridge until it goes bad. Like rock hard stale, you got to throw it away bad.
And I get upset every time.
I'll buy like cupcakes, not cupcakes, like donuts, and like sometimes I'll buy like cinnamon like apple type bread things.
He likes pastries,
and
then he just let them
Yeah, I'll take a
sit
bite or two out of them and then
in the
to put them in the fridge so that they don't go bad. And then over time, they're rock hard. I gotta throw them away. So like, you know, if I go to what is it, like McDonald's and I'm buying a McFlurry, I go to a Taco Bell and get the stupid little cinnamon twist. I'll finish that, but I don't know, man. I gotta stop. Plus, I need, you know, again, like what you were saying with that ice cream. I'm only eating the magic shell. I think I've pulled this up on a stream before. Is the comedy of it, the magic shell, and all it is, dudes, is chocolate that's gonna harden on the ice cream after you pour it and then it hardens on it like a shell. So if you guys have ever had like a fudgesicle, which is, you know, not fudge inside but kind of just like chocolate on the outside, and then yeah, pretty much like that, that's pretty much what it is, but you're creating the chocolate and you can just keep pouring that crap back on top of the ice cream every couple of bites or so. And I'm really just eating this garbage is what I'm saying. The ice cream is kind of just there. The ice cream is like a side because I'm really enjoying the milk chocolate. But what? It's good. Have you had it?
It's good. It's just, I don't know. I don't think I would enjoy it as much without the ice cream underneath.
Of course, I'm not saying that I'd be having it on like a finger.
By itself.
Like a severed finger. It doesn't work without the ice cream because it needs to be brought down to that temperature. What you mean by itself? Like in a bowl and it just hard, like I freeze up a bowl and then pour the chocolate in there? I mean, if I wanted chocolate like that, I'd just get some M&Ms, eat 10 of those and be bored. You know what I'm talking about? I got this open pack of M&Ms on my freaking desk still. Jeez. Whatever. As we, Lockrobster says, I used to drink that shit from the... No, you can't do that. You can't. I don't know. Maybe you can. I'm sure it's all going there. And I don't know. Come on, don't live life that crazy. Just drinking that shit, man. Come on, dudes. Don't drink the magic shell. Well, let me get out of here before I accidentally open up some big ass titties and get in trouble. You know, crazy. Spider pulls shell into a tree for shelter. You guys will not like to know that I've been playing The Outer Worlds off stream, like for most of the day. And it's supposed to be my nice guy playthrough. I've decided that I'm going to be a douchebag and play as a woman on stream when I decide to start it over. But I'm not going to lie to you. At one point during my playthrough today, I got very upset with the idea of constantly, like it's a video game and quests are part of that. You know, you go up to a dude and he's like, I need you to go do this thing and then bring it back, you know? But the main story missions have started to take this interesting turn where it's like, it's not just quest after quest after quest. It's quest that turns into another quest. That turns into another quest where like I'm going to a dude and he's telling me that I need to, you know, stop some guy who's on a tower, and I go up to the tower, but the tower dude is like, oh, I can't hook you up until you unclog the radio waves because two other dudes are broadcasting. You need to stop both of them from broadcasting radio waves. So I got to go to both those dudes. When I got to one of the dudes broadcasting the radio waves, he was sending me on another mission. And at the bottom of the dialogues, it said, that's too much work. I'll just kill you now. And that's what I did. And did an entire town attack me after? Yeah, they did. And did they die? Yeah. Easily 30 people in body piles in this damn town. So I left and went to the other dude that's transmitting the radio waves. And the mission legitimately didn't give me the option to be like, I'm not going to do that. That's a lot of work. When, of course, he was trying to send me on some other bullshit errand for him. But at the end of it, I was just like, what if I just shoot you in the head right now? And the mission, you know, it completed. Like I was like done with this radio wave bull crap. But now that whole town is messed up. I remember when I returned to the ship in the game, the AI said something like, "You have left this planet in a state of chaos. I can't wait to see how long their demise take." I'm like, man. And then I said, no, I didn't, because I completely forgot what I did down there. And Dia's like, no, you did. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're a monster.
Man, they had it coming.
No.
The writing got self-aware, too, because when I got back to the dude on the tower, and I was like, I shut down the radio beacons. Is there anything else? And he's like, yeah, just go out and flip a switch. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? The dialogue actually had a choice for me to say. So what are there 3 keys like scattered and I got to go acquire them to turn this lever or some crap like that? And he's like, no, what kind of bull crap would that be? And I'm like, man, the writing was self-aware enough to know that I would find it ridiculous that I had to do it. So I guess now I'm a bad guy on my main supposedly heroic save the world run of the game. Whatever. It's going to be even worse when I'm Karen. It's going to be even worse. Nice guy playthrough kills. Yo, that impatience will do that to you, huh?
You should have just stopped playing for a little bit.
You're damn right, Dia. At that point, organically, when I breathed in and sighed out, I should have just been like, I'll come back to this tomorrow. But instead, that juicy dialogue option said the exact word. Like Obsidian, they really know what they're doing. Because that dialogue option spoke to my heart. It said, that's too much work. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, it is too much work.
Yeah, but then what was the rest of that sentence?
I'll just kill you now.
Exactly.
And that's what I did. What is this? This series of ones and zeros is I'm gonna blow his brains out. He ain't gonna be thinking about nothing after I fuck up them algorithms. I'm talking about. I'm gonna scatter your thought processes to the wind. You robot.
I shall paint the walls with your blood.
Did she just spell fruit? F-R-O-O-T? Fruit by the foot is a better candy. Sometimes I buy this 3-pack for Dia, and she eats them all before I get any. What's it called?
I share. You jerk.
You're adorable.
Those usually like
I share.
Snacks.
This is the one. It's got fruit by the foot in it. It's got gushers. Oh, what the hell are you? Oh.
Someone told me on my stream to do that once. No, that sounds like diabetes. That sounds.
I just covered my mouth. What the fuck is this? Yo. They call it a super gusher, it says. What? Look how many pictures of it there are. People are doing this?
I guess so.
Yo, look how many pictures of it there
I
are.
mentioned it.
I just typed in gusher.
Super diabetes.
Nah,
exactly
I
what it
actually
is.
like gushers. They're my favorite one with the little bit of bing bong inside. I wonder how much they are on Amazon. Probably obnoxious. That's my
Are they in
shit.
the food pantry?
I want to put some kind of food on my Amazon so that somebody will be tempted to get it,
Size.
but I can't. What do you mean? I don't want to. 11 boxes for $1. Y'all need to send me like 1 billion of these. See, they not getting it. They not getting it. Forget it.
There's a 42 one for 11.
42?
Yeah, right there in the top 2
A 42 count.
for $11.
Is that reasonable?
For $11, hell yeah.
We don't know that.
Well, how
We
much
may
did
be
it
able to
pay
step
Walmart?
into a grocery mart, gross art.
Gross art.
God damn it.
Look it up on Walmart and see if it would be that much.
They ain't gonna give me the exact prices. Man.
It would if you looked it up on Google.
Isn't Black Friday coming up?
Yes.
Yo, we fucked. We were so fucked. The end of the year sucks. When you know people. If only everyone was dead. If only we were dead.
Oh my goodness.
I'm kidding, it's a joke. God. Oh. Never mind.
You're horrible.
Oh, come let me eat some chips.
The original ones are okay, but the
You don't like the red ones? I like the red ones. Those are the best.
Garden salsa are the best ones.
Wait, which one do I like? The tomato and basil ones, right? Is that what they're called?
No.
Yeah, they're called garden salsa, not tomato and basil. I think tomato and basil are a flavor of wheat thins that I like a loser.
Use two completely different products for each other.
Yeah, I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old if I can recall my favorite flavor of wheat thins.
Wheat.
Wheat.
That's the only thing I know.
Congraturitos. All right, I'll see you guys later. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Do a ramble stream. Well, I swear to God, one day I should just start it up. He knows too much. Wait, what does it say? Your FBI agent when you upvote a meme about having an FBI agent. Well, yeah, I mean, he knows. He already knows I know. Can you imagine him having to sit through? I hate when they say FBI, because it's CIA and NSA. FBI don't care about y'all. Downvote, Dia. Downvote it. Right in its little butt.
Comment
What?
saying it's not the FBI, it's the CIA.
Dia, don't you know how Reddit comments work? Unless it's like Rising, then it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go to Rising and see if I can see anything that's not what's the word? Not safe for work. That's the real challenge. The challenge is avoiding not safe for work. Let's go to real life doodles. When introverts meet and ironically act like extroverts with each other.
It's because you're comfortable with each other.
Ironically. These suck. Here's something that's on memes. Today's the only day you can upvote this. And boy, you really behind if you trying to get that done now. It's the end of the day. It is the end of the day. Comedy heaven. Yo, bitch, call me Subway because I got a foot long. I should get in that comment section and say something like, I'm gonna just say, I have an imaginary son named Butter Slice. If he lived, I imagine he'd look rather like this.
You would say if he were real. What? If he lived?
What you mean if he lived? I mean, I want the implication to be that I have a Butter Slice, but he's dead.
Oh my gosh. No. That's horrible.
Here's another one. Wholesome memes. Canadian vandalism. You are sexy.
How cute.
Huh. Right. It's just stupid.
Don't do it.
I can't find anything that doesn't suck. This guy playing Mario on guitar. Cursed comments. What's this? When I walk into the bathroom and see dudes at the urinal peeing with their pants down and cheeks out.
I'm so happy I'm not a man because I don't think I would enjoy seeing that when I go into the bathroom. I said I don't think I would want to be a man because I don't want to walk into the bathroom and see that.
I can't, I have nothing to contribute to any of this because I don't think any of it's going to make it. But tomorrow we can see if any of it did make it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I thought that was Pokemon for a second. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to watch that for the plot. Okay, y'all? Y'all have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon, guys. Wait, where'd they go? Okay, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Wait.
Goodbye, monetization. Goodbye, money.